What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Clocks Running, the podcast for everything flag football officials. I'm Ant.
I'm Jacob, and we got the
So-
catchiest intro ever. I just sit over here and groove every time. It's almost as good as our
Right?
tunes in the car on the road trip.
Is that like I feel like that's maybe like one of those keyboard guitars.
Yeah,
I don't,
probably. I could see that.
you know.
Do 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 do
Yeah, right.
do 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 do. Yeah, see, I mean, it's just so catchy. It's just so
Yep.
catchy. I mean, like it gets you hyped up for the show. Probably gets you hyped up to do whatever.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, here's my thing. First and foremost,
Yeah.
I got to start the show off by saying this. I'm really upset about the entire nation of Canada that did not support Avery this past week.
You know, they kind of really dropped a dud, and not just any dud, a milk dud. And by milk duds, I mean deep fried, or not deep fried. Jeez, freeze dried. I've been messing that up all week, man. Yeah, they really didn't come out. I mean, I figured we would get more pushback from Canada. There were some spicy comments in there. I figured we were gonna have a little bit of fun, and she just, maybe she kept it a little too vanilla. Maybe we need to bring her back and have her dive in really.
I mean, I don't know. She was going at like different organizations that we had never heard about.
That's what I'm
She
saying.
her goat was got or whatever that
Man,
thing was.
you just don't climb out of your rock anymore, man. That's all that is.
Okay, let me explain this to you. Okay, Colorado is a
Yeah.
very small state, and I spent 30 plus years there. And literally, the first time I had ever heard someone from New Orleans was like 3 years ago. like, like, like,
So
like we were on the co-ed field in Tampa last year, and I don't know who it was because everyone had like shiesty masks on and everything. And there were two guys from New Orleans were talking, and at one point I could tell they were talking to me, and they might not have been saying anything real nice, but I didn't know what they were saying, so I just kept going, and then one of the other guys was like, "Hey man, you can't even phase this ref," and I was like,
oh wait, so these were players going at you.
"Yeah, oh yeah."
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was. I was gonna say if it was a referee, I know who it was. Super good dude, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Couldn't even phase him. I mean, it's
Hey
true.
man, what's true?
That people can't phase you. That's
Oh.
yeah.
Well, apparently I'm Mr. Sourpuss, I guess.
You are. I mean, you are. You're the sourpuss of Clocks Running. I love that. I promise you, I'm going to use that forever.
Oh man.
So
Well, okay, so let me get this straight though. We were just in Toronto,
Yep.
hanging out with Drake and Avery, and
don't remember Drake there, but yeah.
somehow we jumped on the Magic School Bus. Is that reference too old for you?
No, I know who. Oh man, what was her name? The redhead teacher. Oh,
Okay.
Miss Frizz.
Yeah.
Is it Frizz? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
I remember the Magic School Bus, man.
All right, so we jumped on the Magic School Bus, and Jacob, tell me where we're headed tonight.
Man, I think we're going down to see one of our island boys. Is he here?
Let's see. Here he is.
All right. Well, I owe Ant $5. He's not naked, so there's that.
My AC controls not work. Like it won't go up, so it's stuck on 72, and I'm freezing. So.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Your house is on 72, and you're freezing.
Well, yeah, because I've been like in shorts and a shirt, so it's cold. It's really cold.
At 72.
Yeah, it's a small apartment. It's not big.
I don't know. You got a piano in there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's a grand piano in the back. Apparently, Lance and I have the same interior house. So.
Or
could you?
We have the same decorator.
Could you imagine, like Dean and Lance being in like a Big Brother situation where we had cameras on them and mics at all times?
Oh, Lance would murder him.
Why would Lance murder me? Why would
50,
Lance murder me? I've been
53.
working out.
I don't think that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. 53 hours and Lance kills Dean. That
I was
would be
about
my
to say,
bet.
I was about to
Those are
say,
my
what's the
odds.
over under?
Yeah, 53 hours.
Wow.
The first 24, Lance is going to be fine. 36 in, you're going to see the steam start rolling. And after that, he's conniving a plan.
I think I'm about to last 24 hours at World in January because
I don't think you're lasting that long.
I don't even think I'm making the drive with Pat down after what I said earlier today.
Oh man! All right, so Dean, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
No worries.
What's new in your world? What's going on in the Cayman Islands?
Oh, not much. We just started our youth league, which is great. I have so much patience dealing with kids. It's fantastic. Not really, but
You're being sarcastic.
Well, Island boy
definitely.
sarcasm. I like it.
It's the future of the league, so it's the future of what flag is. So, you just have to have patience to deal with them. It's fun. It's fast paced. Obviously the junior, the 8-unders, take a lot more It's teaching me great patience, which I like. So we have that going on. And then on Sunday we have our beach league, 5v5, non-contact co-ed. So that kicked off last Sunday, which is great. A beach league is obviously very interesting. The running is a lot tougher because the sand is not this year. You're not running on turf, you're running on sand. So I almost fell a couple times, but other than that, we're good. I'm keeping pace with the teams, so it's good. It's only 4 downs to score, so you can ref that game by yourself if you wanted to.
Oh. You ref that game by yourself, Ant. So
no.
So
No. It's 2 refs per game.
It's how many?
2.
Oh, okay. You said 3. So when you talk about patience with the kids, so what elaborate on that. Talk to us about what kind of patience you've had to work on and had to build up to.
All right. Well, so for the 8-under, we set the play clock in our league to 40 seconds.
Good God.
Yeah. So this is the first set of patience, right?
All right.
So 40-second play clock, and in week 1 of the season, I refed a team that, first of all, they didn't have their flag set up come coin toss. So when I called for coin toss, the coach was like, "Oh hell no, like we're not." And I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, it's like 5 minutes to start. We're starting now. Like give me your cat. Come do the coin toss, please." And we started 10 minutes late on the first game. And then they were taking. I was very generous with the 40 seconds, and I think I called about 5 delay games on the first drive. And it's just the kids getting set up. And then when you're on the line and you're trying to tell the kids, can you back up? Like back up, like behind the line. And eventually after the 5th time, you like try saying you're done saying it nicely at this point because you want to keep the game flowing and it's a snooze fest. So eventually I'm just like, hey, number 5, back up now. And then they start, it's like, then, you seem like an asshole to the parents, but you're not because you're just trying to keep the game flowing.
So do you enjoy screaming at kids, or do you like?
Sounds like you're not very patient at all. Is what I got from that.
No, but I'm learning because you just go to second week. The first week was rough. Second week, I'm just not reffing that team anymore because I set the schedule, so I just stay away from that team.
Wait, hold on. We don't run from the fire, Dean. Especially as the man. Like if you control this, like. If I make the schedule and I'm on the schedule, I'm taking the hardest teams.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not there yet.
So what do you mean you're not there yet? You're the guy. You're the island boy.
I know. I should be taking it. I should be taking
all right. So we're avoiding the delay of games because we don't want to call them. So
I actually had a very interesting play last week happen.
Talk about it.
The first play of the game in the 8-under junior division. I had a kid that got the handoff ran it, and then he flag guarded. So I threw my flag for flag guarding, was because he scored. He flag guarded, but then right as he was running into the end zone, he flashed the peace sign in the defender's face. And I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not having that today.
So you kicked an 8-year-old out of the game.
No. I threw an unsportsmanlike conduct. And I'm not sure if I enforced the fouls correctly. I think I did because I enforced both. I enforced unsportsmanlike and I enforced the flag guard.
That kid was just trying to be great, and here's Dean ruining his day. Did
I went back to
again?
I went back to the spot of the flag guard and I marked it off 20 yards and then lost it down. So yeah, it was first play of the game from the snap. Like threw my flag, threw my hat, and I was like, yeah, well, don't do that.
Wait. So first play, so he's on the 5.
He's on the 5. He flag guards just short of midfield.
Okay.
And then runs into the end zone and then flashes the peace sign. So I come back to the flag guard spot and mark it off 20 yards.
So you put him on the 1-yard line.
Pretty much.
God, Dean, you're a monster.
I'm a monster. I learned from Declan. Declan taught me his ways.
Yeah, that's in a tournament where kids know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That kid can't even read an analog clock, and you're over here like, no, don't chuck the deuces.
Hold up, Dean. You didn't do half the distance?
No, if you can make the yards, you make the yards, right? So I could make the yards.
Oh, you did. Oh, you could make the yards.
Yeah, I could definitely.
Dean takes tiny steps.
Oh, okay.
If you just take little steps, you can make the yards.
I'll make the yards. No, I took big steps and I still made the yards. So.
Whoa,
Jacob, you ever seen that Burger King commercial with the guy that has the little hands when he's holding the Whopper? Dean's got the little feet.
little feet.
Oh man!
But yeah, I mean, it's great because that's how the kids are gonna learn, you know. And then the coach was like, "Yeah, don't do that again." And then he actually did score in the game, which was good.
So he had 2 touchdowns. We're gonna say 2 touchdowns, even though Dean called one back.
Yep. And then
so we're calling peace signs. Are you letting them shoot guns?
No. Oh, so this is a very interesting topic, actually. We had a full-on debate about this in our in like heading up to the where was it? The I Cup that we just had tournament. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, I know we're doing this because someone had done a gun celebration, and I told everyone, I'm like, I'm not tolerating that. I have a 0 tolerance towards bang bang play. Like if you throw the ball up and start shooting it, because it was leading into the finals of I think an I Cup or some tournament that we had when Drake London had just done it in the NFL, and then and he got called for it, and then I knew one guy who would do that, so I messaged him and I'm like, look, we ain't doing that, so don't even think about coming out there on the weekend and doing that because I'm going to flag it. And then we actually had someone else that threw the ball up in there and did the shooting of the guns. And I was like, nope, flag immediately. I had my hand on the flag because I knew she was going to do it. And then I just launched it. And I'm like, yep, cool. 15 yards.
So how much air did you get on your flag? Was it higher than the gun was shot?
Way higher because I got the one with the big ball on the front, right? So it's heavy. So
I prefer. Yeah. Never mind. I'm not even gonna do it.
Ref, do it. Ref in beach league, I threw my flag like past the whole field, so my flag landed like out of bounds in the end zone last week, and I was like,
"No, the ocean."
Almost. I could have probably got it to the ocean. I could definitely have got it to the ocean. But
Dean, so can you? I know we could talk about different ways that people shoot the football, but can you explain the I Cup to us? What's that all about?
So the I Cup, what it used to be was where we had teams from. We did it the first year we did it. We had teams from USA, Mexico, Canada, Jamaica, and they came down to Cayman and then competed against Cayman team in the Cayman Islands. Ever since then, it's kind of fled off more to an I Cup with divisions in Cayman, like different teams in Cayman signing up and competing. But what we're looking to do is basically just we offer 5-man contact, 5-man non-contact, and I think we are looking to offer 8-man, which I don't agree with, but that's just me. I think stick to the 5-man formats: contact, non-contact, and co-ed. It's the best formats that you can have.
You're a problem, man.
But next year we're looking to do a massive I-Cup, and we would love if teams from the US would come down. We're actually looking to bring down referees as well for the next I-Cup that we do. And the primary style is going to be 5-man contact and 5-man non-contact, men's and women's.
Do you know who the American team was that went down there when you guys had it? Years?
That was such a long time ago. I think that was in like 20. That was before I was reffing.
Dean was in 8U. Junior, chucking the juices.
I only played one season and I caught 10 touchdowns. So let's get that real, because I was the center and I was the fat kid, and no one marked the fat kid. So whenever we got down to goal line to go to situations, guess who would do a 5 and curl and be wide open in the end zone because no one was on me. So it was touchdown.
Dean Wood, that's who.
Dean Wood, that's who. And it was touchdown every time. I remember catching a touchdown, not even looking for the ball, just looking at my dad on the sideline and my brother, and just looking him dead in the eye and catching it, and then doing the ball spin. And then I got called for unsportsmanlike conduct because it's spun the ball. So,
Dean, are you saying that you have ice in your veins?
I have ice in the veins.
Ice runs through your veins?
Yeah.
Ice man.
That's just good. That's just because his AC is at 72 degrees right now.
I don't understand that, because mine's at 68 and I'm borderline hot.
Really? That's
yes.
No. I mean, I could. Yeah, I guess I could turn it down lower. I can turn it down lower. I just can't turn it up right now.
Why not?
Because the button won't work. Look, there's something wrong with the button. It won't go up. So I can turn it down, but I can't turn it up.
So Dean, have you noticed the Jamaican kind of push to build up their national team? Have you seen any of the?
Yeah, we have. We've been in talks with the Jamaican coach, and that's actually a team we were looking to bring down for the next I-Cup that we do. We've been in conversation with them. We've had communication with them. We love what they're doing, advertise, because they're going to be at Worlds. So we love what they're doing. Where I believe the way it's read on the post is that if you sign up and you get picked for the team, they're actually going to pay for your like the Jamaican sports ministry, whatever, is going to pay for you to go, which is great. It's something we're looking to do for Cayman as well. Obviously, Cayman's not there yet. I don't know. Like we're the government, we need to, it's just we're not there yet where the government recognizes us, which we're trying to get. But hopefully soon, something like that can happen for us too. Obviously now everything that they do fundraising, yes, for themselves to go away. So,
I mean, probably the reason that the government's not supporting it is because you guys are messing around with eights like that. That's such a waste of time.
Yeah, no, we've gone now. Every league that we do is going to 5-man. So we're definitely getting rid of the 8s. I mean, teams still want to do it, but it's not there. I keep telling them it's not there. 8-man is not the start. Like I'm looking at the signups for Tampa. The 8-mans are empty. The 5-man divisions are full, like full. But you get down to the bottom of the page, and 8-man you have like 2 teams, and I'm like, no.
I'm just glad you're doing so much 8-man at home, so you can handle all the 8-man here, and that'll be all you do.
Please.
What do you know? Come on, man.
This
you're supposed to be willing to do anything.
I honestly thought what?
Well, this is the same Dean that was requesting 9-man games last year, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh man, I got receipts.
Why does everyone have receipts on me?
I got receipts on everybody, buddy.
Dean, that's because you constantly send text messages.
That's true. No, but honestly, that's true. Can't deny that. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Hey, Captain Obvious to the rescue. Thanks. Yep. Make sure that. Make sure of that. Like I said, I can't wait to accidentally get certain games in Tampa. It'll be fun. Jacob, be on standby. Be on standby.
Dean, you're going to field 20, buddy.
On a 17 feels great. So I can expect the same as Nashville. No water for days.
Oh, here we go.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
You're one of those diva refs, huh?
No, it wasn't that. It was like the cart came around once the entire day, and I'm like, it was right on 2 fields over, and I'm like, do I need to like fake a fight to get a director over yet?
Yes.
And I'm so sorry I said that to myself because the very next like few plays later in the championship game, Jacob comes rushing over because it's about to be an all-out fight. I still don't know what happened in that game, by the way. I'm still like, it's still
in the game. What was that one more time?
The championship game.
Yeah, but what was that? No. What was that?
I still don't know what happened in that game because I had 3rd down. I don't know who else had 4th down, and then apparently it changed to 4th. I don't know what happened in that game. It was like there was a personal foul. It was just a lot happening, and it was going so smoothly up until that point. And then I was like, and I got too cocky. I said to myself, I was like, yeah, this has been a real smooth division. I love it. And then rest is history.
The rest is history. Hey, look what I did find though when you call for receipts. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh, there he is.
See, I mean, that's
so I sent that to Jake. I was like, I just got all the uniform. Like I got all my uniform set up, and I was like, I say because I didn't have the black hat with the white piping at first, so I had to get one. And I was like, okay, I'll send it to Jacob. I'm like, Jacob, is this good? And he's like, yep, perfect. And I don't know you kept receipts.
Instead of sending me a picture of the hat, he sends me a whole GQ body shot.
I wanted to make sure, but you must admit it looks damn professional.
Hey, is this good?
But you must admit that's a pretty perfect uniform.
I'm not going back, but
Hey, Dean, I just want to give you a piece of advice, man. I'm not trying, Jacob. I don't want to step on your toes. But Dean, it's okay to at halftime or in between games to walk over 2 fields over. The fields are really small, by the way. You can walk over 2 fields and get a bottle of water for yourself. Like, it's completely okay to do that.
I realize that, but then what happens if the field across doesn't have any water, and the only water is at the body armor tent, which is on field 1. Meanwhile, you're on field 19.
Well,
sounds like a really
I need more on golf cart. That's what I need. I need more on golf cart.
That will not happen.
What? I think my advice was trying to bring you away from being a diva ref, not have you go more into diva. Like
I feel you. I mean, so I think it was on the Sunday at Worlds last year.
When one of these bottles? Hey, I have Dean's bottle of water right here.
That's actually a Coca-Cola product. So thanks for supporting. So it was a Sunday. It was Sunday last year in January. When I found out you put me on field 10, I was like, where the hell is field 10? It's probably on the other side of the building. And then I realized it was like right close to the ref change rooms, and I was the happiest person at the tournament because I was like, yes, I'm close. I'm close to everything. So thank you for that. I say that to have mercy and don't put me on field 19.
What?
23. It's going to be whatever Lance decides.
So you're really going to make Lance decide my son? That's cool. That's cool.
I mean, yeah.
What's your what format are you looking forward to the most in Tampa, Dean?
Oh, good question. Honestly, when I first ref Gauntlet, I was like, "Ugh, what is this?" Because I was like, "This is half a field," and then I realized how fast paced it is and how good it is, and I was like, "Okay, I like Gauntlet," but my favorite one that I'm hoping to ref is probably 5-man contact. I like contact. just
Five contact.
you can let them play more, right, without having to be so strict. So
I agree.
I kind of like that about it, and you don't have to worry about the 7 yard rush, and if you're impeding the rusher, it's just it's a lot smoother flowing game that I found than non-contact because So I'm looking forward to contact for sure.
That's
Make
cool.
a note of that, Ant.
Noted. Dean likes fives contact. Got it. Yep.
Going to 6 youth.
And yep, 100%. I can see that coming. After what I just said about the kids and patience, I can see that coming. Don't be
Talk to us a little
surprised.
bit more about that patience. How have we improved from week 1 to week 2? Outside of little Johnny throwing the deuces and you walking him back to the half-yard line, what else happened that day?
Nothing. I was pretty calm, cool, and collected. I was a couple kids. Like when the center wouldn't move back, I just moved closer, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, so you have number 9 on the back of your jersey. So whenever I say number 9, back up, can you please back up for me?" And then understanding and move from there. And then
So what did little Johnny say when you told him that?
Well, that was Johnny. Well, Johnny Lee wasn't the one that flashed the do sign, but he looked at me and he was like,
"What did little Timmy say then when you told him, hey, number 9?"
He was so sweet. He's like, "Okay, coach," and I'm like,
"But you're not his coach."
I'm not. I was like, "I'm not a coach. I'm a ref." First of all,
why are you so condescending to these little kids? You're like, hey, buddy.
Hey,
I'm not condescending. I don't know the guy's name. I'm not gonna call him, "Hey, little Timmy." I don't know the guy's name, so I call everyone Bud. I'm like, "Hey, Bud. Hey, buddy. What's up, buddy?" And I'm like,
Bud. That's like the ultimate.
Yeah. Listen here,
Bud.
champ.
Okay, so then I'm going to say, "Hey, champ, can you back up?" It's hard to say "Hey, champ" when you're losing 39-0. It's hard to say "Hey, champ, can you back it up?" Because they're not.
The game should be over at 28. Come on, man.
No, but it's not. This is not. There's no mercy. This is not bracket play. This is still pool
stage. For you
and youth, we call it at 28, man.
Yeah, no matter what.
Good to know. This past weekend, I had what was it, 49-0.
And you let those little kids go through that, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's a good life lesson that not everything's gonna be not everything's gonna be sprinkled in ice cream. You're gonna have life's tough. So that's a life lesson. You don't always win.
Life's tough in the Cayman Islands. Ain't you hear that?
Yeah, I guess I didn't know.
Chuck the deuces to life, man.
Well, we just escaped a hurricane, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, Dean, what if you go to a place that has a bunch of food trucks, what kind of food are you looking for?
Well, as of my recent diet, I'm gonna look for a salad or
Oh, come on.
All right,
Jacob, I can't do this, man. This is unbelievable.
All right, okay,
let's throw.
So Fat Dean is gonna. Okay, so Fat Dean would go straight for what I didn't have last year in one of the food trucks was the giant chili cheese fries loaded with it just looks so good. So if I'm going to a food truck,
but what do you want it loaded with? Hold up, don't. Yeah, let's not skip over this. What do you want chili cheese fries? What's on your chili cheese fries to make them perfect?
Queso sour cream.
That's it.
Well, yeah, and maybe a little bit of sriracha. That's about it.
What? Jacob.
What do you load your chili cheese fries with? See, now I want chili cheese fries, but I'm on a diet. So thanks, Jacob.
You're welcome, buddy. So, you're welcome, sport. So, I'm going cheddar cheese, ranch, bacon. Queso's not bad. That's for me.
I like it.
Maybe a little bit of barbecue, a little pulled pork.
I like it.
Don't look at me like I'm crazy, Ant. You're gonna say cream cheese. We know. Go ahead. Tell us about your cream cheese cheese fries.
I mean, I could make a Philly cheesesteak on top of fries.
Yeah, that'd be good.
and it would be amazing. So listen
Ooh,
here,
juicy,
buddy.
Sounds pretty good. I wouldn't mind that.
buddy.
No,
Buddy.
the cream cheese has to melt.
It's not helping your argument.
I,
Dean, question for you: Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Are you putting cream
he
cheese on it?
doesn't know. You know how far away he is from Philly. The Cayman Islands are on the other side of
Just,
Cuba, bro.
just as far as Colorado,
No,
So
come on.
it's just
I
like
have
doing
not
this.
I have not had a Philly cheesesteak from Philly.
He hasn't even
Obviously.
had one.
But I don't remember cream cheese going on a Philly cheesesteak. For me,
It
it's
does.
No,
yeah. So like traditional, it's like that cheap. The cheaper the cheese, the better, right? With Philly cheesesteak.
All right. So 5 years ago, when you were in 6th grade, what was the weirdest thing?
I was not in 6th grade 5 years ago, but I
Just
appreciate
kidding.
it.
Listen, buddy. I was just joking around.
I'm about to
What
be
was-
30 this year, okay?
Oh, hold up. All right, wait a minute.
And I got I'm got my brother's got something big planned. So we're going to Seminole Hard Rock in Florida.
Okay.
And we're spending 3 nights there, gambling and just having fun, drinking, and some other stuff that can't say. So
Nah, everything's on the
What?
table here on Clock's Running.
well, I don't want to say it and then it gets posted. Like I can say it, but I get like if it gets taken down and you get a strike from YouTube, don't blame me.
What are we talking? I don't.
Well, hold on.
Come on, man. I mentioned Hennessy and weed every other week. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Okay,
1998 was
so
Ant's favorite year.
my brother's looking to hire midget strippers.
Midget strippers. And this is when?
And then I'm gonna dress up like Santa and they're gonna dress up like elves.
Hold on.
Or,
No. Wait. I don't.
My birthday is December 12th, so it's happening like right around the corner. You asked for it.
Wait. So this is like next month.
Yeah, this is happening on I leave on the 12th. We're going up 12th of December, and we're spending the weekend there, and we're renting cabanas, pool cabanas. Like it's gonna be a great time.
is Sonia and Avery going too?
No, they are definitely not. Sonia is busy working NFL, so definitely not. Oh, is it not getting hot in this place? Am I blushing? Oh my, yeah. Yes.
I just thought that was like your crew that you like travel with.
Well, yeah, for Tampa it is for sure.
What's the you guys got a big house for Tampa? Is that
Yeah, we did. When we were looking for houses, we made sure it had a hot tub because when you after a long day of riffing, your muscles are sore. Best thing to do is have a hot soak. So
A hot soak.
A hot soak.
a hot
And
tub?
so when Pat eventually drops me off in one piece, I hope. And I'm not battered and bruised. We're gonna go to the liquor store. We're gonna stock up, get the house full of liquor, and yeah, just have fun.
And I'm not going to see them at all.
No.
I will be the first one. Okay, I will make you a bet. Wednesday morning, I'm the first one at the field. Well, I'll be with some, but I'll be the first one through that door at the referee room.
I've heard this one before.
Yeah, really.
No, I actually am. Like last year, I was the first one there. The door was still locked when I got there, so I'm very on time. I'm a very on time person. So the island time doesn't sit well with me, like the running behind us. So when we run behind in games, it frustrates me even more, like so much.
So when you call coin toss 5 minutes before and the flags aren't on, that's why little Johnny got tossed out of the game for chucking the deuces.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna lie. This past week we were on the verge of starting late, and as soon as the first game's at 9:00, at 9:00 the teams I blew the whistle. The teams were there, so I started running the game clock.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, a minute after.
No, not even a minute after 8:59. I ran the clock. I was like, "Let's go," and then they were like, "No,
A
it's
minute
okay."
early. Dean's running the clock, guys.
Mhm.
Be ready to go.
Yep. So, and then if you take time out of your own game, that's it. And I've told everyone in the youth league, and I've made it like I've told everyone. I said you can take both your timeouts and get a minute grace, but once that's done, like I'm starting the clock, and I'm sorry for both teams, but it's just is the way it is. You all need to be ready. Like I'm not going to be chasing down kids. Nope. That's why they have coaches, 2 coaches per team. So, like out of 2 coaches per team, it's not that hard to get flags. Come on, let's be real. One coach does the warm up, the other coach goes and gets the flags, brings them, and puts them on, ready to go for game time. It's not hard. See, now I'm getting frustrated because it's not hard.
No, I like this. Let's keep going. So what are these coaches doing instead of putting the flags on and warming them up?
First of all, it's island time. So when the game starts at 3:45 in the afternoon, everyone's showing up at 3:30, right?
What's wrong with that? They're 15 minutes early.
And then they start warming up, and then I'm like, I make an announcement, and I say, can everyone please get their flags? Players get their flags. We're starting in 10 minutes. Players get their flags. And then they all look at me and then go back to warming up. And I'm like, okay, so we're just going to do that then? Cool.
What do you mean by island time?
So what I've learned is if you're planning a party or doing an event and you say the party starts at 9, you tell them the party starts at 8. And then they'll still show up at 9:30. So island time is never on time. And it's like it's frustrating if you're working on time, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. It's island time, right? So
Yeah, I guess.
Mm.
Well,
I had something.
yeah, you looked like you were puzzled for a thought there.
I had a question, and I was gonna keep running with the whole. Oh, I know what it was. All right, so when you're making
God dang,
these
you remembered.
Yeah, I know. So when you make these announcements, do you like use a microphone or like a megaphone, or do you just just bark orders at these kids from just the good old vocal cords that the good Lord gave you?
Yeah, I do not need a microphone. I am you can hear me from 3 fields over with
3
ease.
fields over. Is there 3 fields there?
Well, yeah, where we are, there's 4 fields. So field 1 and 2 are used for games, and field 3 is used for warm up. So it's we're running it at a baseball park.
Okay.
So like field 1 is actually a field, and then field 2 is a field on separate sides, and then they warm up on field 3. So we have a Jakob per se there, like a director, but I think her name is Maggie. I think Maggie. Natalie knows
Maggie.
Natalie knows Maggie. Yeah.
Natalie knows Maggie.
So
I don't know
she
Maggie.
runs it. Like she makes sure the teams get there on time and whatnot, and try organize it. But it's a lot for one person to do. So.
Does she make sure they get there on time or on island time?
On time. She tries her best to get. Like she'll go over to the field where they're warming up and be like, guys, your game starts in 7 minutes. Please move over to the field that you're assigned. Make sure you have your flags on. But again, they're so fixated on warming up that it's like they don't really listen. And then the game's done and I'm blowing whistles and I'm like, where's everybody? And then they come strolling in like the little Miss Daisy, like oh la 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 la, just dancing and walking. And I'm like, guys, let's go! Like, let's go!
Hang on, wait a minute, hold on. So how do they enter the field? What was that again?
I'm not doing that again.
Come on, man. Again. What do you mean? I missed that. What do they? How do they enter the field?
I'm not doing it again.
La, 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 la.
That's it. That's the one.
All right. Well, can you do it one more time, please? We're for the people at home trying to learn.
La 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 la.
Thank you. All right. So we got the Lollipop Guild strolling in.
And then this past weekend, I had to ref my brother's game, which was interesting, because my brother coaches. And if you thought I was loud, then he's like there, and I had to tell him, I'm like, can you take it down like several notches?
Well, your hand kind of disappeared into your living room, so we really don't know how loud he was. Yeah,
So
gone. Okay, there
he
we
needs
go.
to bring it down a lot, a
So
lot.
he's loud,
What?
or you're loud. He's louder.
And then he
What?
thinks because he's my brother that he can talk to me any way he wants.
Yeah,
Which
You
you
don't
can.
know.
I've thrown him out before, 100%. There was a co-ed game a few years back where I refed him, and I threw a flag on him for holding because he played defense. He was on defense, and I'm like holding on the defense. He's like, "That's a bullshit call. That's not fucking holding." And I'm like, "Okay, flag on sportsmanlike conduct." And he's like, "You can't throw that on me. Who do you think?" And I'm like, "Okay, goodbye. You're out." And I ejected him from the game. So I've ejected my own brother before.
Why doesn't he ref?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Why
No,
doesn't he ref?
no, because you see, everyone is quick to talk, but then as soon as you like, okay, well then put on the stripes and try it. Like we need refs. So if you know the rules, you say you do, which you don't, then absolutely put on the stripes and oh no, I'm good. I'm like, okay, cool. So
Is that
yeah.
the exact response you get?
From a lot of people. Like when they're like, Dino, that's not holding. And I'm like, okay, well then what is holding? Tell me. You tell me what the definition of holding is in the rule book. Oh, I haven't read it. I'm like, cool. So you haven't read what the definition of holding is, but you're trying to tell me what holding is. Make it make sense. As Pat would say, make it make sense. Right?
Nice. Well, Dean, I appreciate you just giving us some insight about the Cayman Islands and
man,
about.
We need to get you guys down to the island. That's what we need to do.
I can be an island boy.
Yeah,
Come down for it. It doesn't have to be red. Just come down for vacation. See what it's like, because it's pretty awesome. When it's not getting battered by hurricanes, but other than that, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's a tough selling point when every week you got a hurricane.
Well, it's the season, right? So the season is June 1st to the end of November. So we're like almost there, and then we'll be good.
Is this the winter season right now? Essentially.
Yeah, we're going into the winter season. So temperatures will get the lowest it'll get. The lowest it's ever gotten to in the 16 years that I've lived here is 69.
That was the high today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it was 68 here. Yeah.
That's the lowest it's ever gotten to. But yeah, that's it. And then when it gets to 69, everyone is like bundled up with like hoodies, like freezing cold. Did I just disappear?
Whoa, where'd you go? There
Here
you are.
Yeah, this is my lovely sweater, by the way.
That is nice.
I like it. I like it.
It is nice.
You don't have number 12 because of Tom Brady, do you?
Nope, it's my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, December 12th, midget stripper elves.
Jeez.
So all right. The elf Santa thing, is that like never mind.
I don't know why you're going down there. We escaped that conversation, Jacob. I don't know why you're going down that road.
We can continue it in Facebook Messenger if you want, in the habitual chat.
No, I need to know. Like, is that like a thing?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, all right, never mind. All right, we're done. That's all I need to know. All right. Dean's
all right. Well, Dean, any
question for you, and you? Well, Jacob, you're not reffing in Tampa. You're just directing. But what's your favorite format that you're looking forward to, Ant?
I'm not reffing in Tampa either, unfortunately. So, but
why? What is this bombshell that's been dropped? Breaking news, everybody, on the podcast. Breaking news. Ant's not reffing. What is happening?
All flag belts just got loosened.
a million flag belts instantly loosened around the country.
Yep. Worldwide.
I will be representing the podcast in Tampa,
Oh
so
wow. Okay.
that'll be my focus. I will be part of the media.
Nice. So now I can
Yeah,
definitely get mic'd up because I've been asking to get mic'd up for the past
I
4:30.
told you. I told you I would mic you
We still have to talk about it.
I mean, it's gonna be
up.
it'll be the greatest mic'd up session you will ever see because it's
Yeah,
there's no.
unless some like midget elves walk by, and then I don't know that we can. Uh,
I mean, you know what? Though, Dean, here's the problem. If I mic you up and then you start making all kinds of mistakes, then you know you got to be able to handle that pressure.
I don't make mistakes.
Ooh,
all right,
wow.
guys. So at this point, you can like, share, subscribe. Clock's running. We're everywhere. We have merch. Um,
No, I do make mistakes, but
yeah,
like
we know.
obviously we. What do you mean we know?
You told us about your Santa fetish. We know.
That's all about what?
He's trying to play it off like nothing's happening, but we just unlocked a whole new thing. Anyways, keep going.
Well,
Yeah.
I do make mistakes. What were you said? What do you mean you know? What mistakes do I make?
But but Dean, your question, what I can answer at least what my favorite format is. I'm looking forward to in general. I think to me, Olympic is a lot of fun. I haven't looked at the list, but I know that that's where a lot of the international teams they're all going to be playing in that. So I think that'll be really cool to see all of those teams. I want to see if Supreme is going to repeat in fives. Um, if that what that'll look like. I mean, I don't know. What else is going to be good? I know contact is. It just kind of depends what teams come as far as that goes. But yeah, I mean, I think the staple fives non-contact, both men's and women's, is going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, I am looking forward to seeing like the U.S. women's football team that went to Finland. Because I know most of them are going to be there competing as well.
Yeah, but
Um,
they won't all be on the same team.
I know, but I'm going to see them around, and I'm definitely like it's going to be awesome. Like I'm going to get to see players that
Oh,
won a
he's
gold
gonna,
medal.
he's gonna be all fanboy.
No, no, not fanboy. Okay, hey, I'll tell you one thing. Oh, when the game's
Can I
not
have an
on,
autograph?
hey, when the game is I already got a picture with my favorite player last year, so that's
Yeah, I saw, and you wished her happy
Oh,
birthday, fanboy.
shout out to Ashley Clam, obviously. Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
but okay, Dean. But here, let me hold on, man, because here's my issue with that kind of stuff. What happens when she's on your field and she is one of those players that does not wear her flags correctly? You gonna
I
correct
was
her?
just I was just getting to that. So I was just getting before the game and after the game. I'll be friendly with you, like like yeah, it's awesome to meet you, greatness. During the game, when I'm on the field and I'm wearing the stripes, I honor that code strictly. And if you commit a foul, if your flag's inverted, if your flag's on properly, I will tell you to straight away. Fix them or it's a flag next time. Um, and if you commit a foul and I see it, I'm throwing it. It's simple. There's no, there's no. Oh my god, autograph, please. No, when I'm on the field and I'm refed, if you commit a flag, I don't care who you are, I'm throwing a flag because that's when I put on the stripes. I'm there to ref. I'm not there to like fanboy out. So listen, and last year, that's the only reason I got a picture with her was because I ref one of her games with Courtney, who's an amazing official, by the way. So I got to ref. I was on Courtney's field, and I went up to Courtney before the game, and I'm like, Courtney, is that Ashley? And she's like, Yep. She's like, Yep. And I'm like, Okay, cool. So then I waited for the game to end, and then I got a picture with her. So it's once I have the stripes on, it's everyone's fair game. Like everyone's on a level playing field.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see when I mic you up. How put them on fives non-contact for a few games in women's. And I'll mic them
I
up. Let's
can't
see.
do that now. He's already said who his favorite player is. The optics of that
I
are
know.
terrible. Let the
That's
wrong
true.
person hear that. It ain't gonna matter what happens.
That's,
Dean.
that's
Well, hey, it is what it is. Like, I'm being honest. Like, if I can eject my own brother from a game, I don't think there's
Off the 7U for you.
So actually, my 7U favorite player is the
Too late. Too late.
My 7U favorite player.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Hey, I know Dean. One last question before we let you go, unless Jacob has something else. But I know we don't have the 2025 schedule yet. But is there a city that you really what?
Boston. Boston.
What?
Well, you didn't even let me finish my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now I'm gonna say, is there a city you really don't want to go to? Boston, huh? Okay, cool.
Wow.
Didn't know you hated Boston so much.
Wait till we tell Jen and Drew and Jeff.
No, so
Aren't you
sorry
rooming
for
with Jen?
interrupting you, but I am just super excited that USA flag is going to Boston, because it's a city that I've always wanted to visit. So obviously being a Patriots fan and a Bruins fan and a Red Sox fan and a Celtics fan, it's a city that I can't wait to visit.
Are you a
Hopefully,
clam chowder fan though too? Clam chowder. You like clam chowder?
love clam chowder.
They don't have
Love
clam
Yeah, of
chowder in
course.
Cayman Islands.
Everybody loves
do.
clam chowder. Jacob.
Yeah, everybody, Jacob. You don't like clam chowder?
It's not a real
I'm
thing.
gonna go get my flag. It's in my room. I'm gonna go get my flag so I can throw it on you for not liking clam chowder.
Hey, are you a Boston
Well-
Fleet fan?
What?
Are you a Boston Fleet fan?
No.
No, then you're not a real Boston fan.
What is that?
What
Who's
about
the?
the Boston Fleet? They're an ice hockey team in Boston. It's minor league.
Oh,
Duh.
Well, I'm minor league for a reason.
What about the Boston Bolts?
Yeah, actually, it's my favorite team.
What sport? See on
Football.
field 20. Oh man, you actually. I mean, technically that is right. Dang it.
Hey, Boston College Eagles. Go Eagles.
I was about to say what college, but all right, cool.
Yeah, BC.
Well, all right, Dean. You got any final thoughts you want to share before we kick you out of here?
No, I think that was fun. I'm really looking forward to Tampa. I can't wait. So I think we have 78 days, 20 hours, and 14 minutes. I don't know what it is. I'm just completely guessing. But I'll see you for the full 5 days, and hopefully, Lance, if you're listening, if you're gonna watch this, because you're probably gonna comment. So wherever we are in this podcast, just tag this time. But at Lance, please have mercy on me and do not, when setting my assignments, do not. Yeah, I know you have receipts, but just take it easy on me, please. Thanks, Lance. Thank you.
Lance, don't worry, man. Lance only watches this show when Avery's on.
I'm not saying I plead the fifth.
Be good, Dean. Great to see you, brother.
So
Yeah, have a good night, man.
All right, cool. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah. He's so fun.
He is fun. Now, he pronounces Cayman differently than how we're saying it. It's like, did you hear? It was like Cayman or something. It was just a little different. Is that just his accent?
I think it's his accent. I think it's part of it. I think they probably do say it like they space the syllable out of it a little bit more, or we just kind of mash it all together. The American way.
We mess things up.
Yep.
Nice. That was cool. It was good to have Dean on. We've it's been a while since he's been on. He's always got lots to say. Hey, so Jacob, a few things I want to talk about.
All right.
Before we wrap up the show, there was definitely a lot going on this past weekend.
Okay.
Flag football's everywhere.
Hmm.
Um, I've been pleasantly surprised by seeing fives non-contact leagues and tournaments popping up recently.
Yeah.
I I kind of feel like maybe they're listening to us.
No,
Oh,
they're not listening to you. They're realizing. No, I'm kidding. I think it's just everybody making a big push to fives, right?
yeah,
Um, it may not happen exactly the way it needs to, but it's at least getting people in the right, in the ballpark. It
yeah,
but I definitely think a lot of folks are realizing this is the way we're moving, this is the way we're going. I think outside of fives, sevens is really the only thing that's going to be getting pushed. Um, and that'll be more from a collegiate level. But from a
yeah,
standard, from a youth, where they're playing 5-on-5, it just makes more sense. Adults, and they're flowing right into the adult divisions. So,
yeah.
yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, lots of girls flag football. High school was wrapping up this past week, so I know that really exciting time, especially these states that are just they're in year one or two of these seasons. Like it's just super exciting. Um, shout out to Collab Customs out of Denver, Colorado. This is a guy Jeff. He designed shirts for me when I was running the team. He took a chance, but definitely dished out a lot of money, and he put on a big fives tournament this past weekend in Denver.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, it was a nice cash tournament. They ran national rules. They had a good turnout. Really had good competition, and the championship was good. Sounded like it was all well run. So sometimes you got to take those chances, even if it doesn't produce a profit. At least it's be creating the groundwork. We had Manny from Air Raid in SoCal on a couple of months ago.
Hmm.
He's now been making a big push, and he came on here and said, "Hey, SoCal does things how they do them. We got our sixes SoCal format, but he has been pushing fives women's non contact using national rules, and his league is exploding. They keep getting more teams every season, and the nice thing about California, Florida, Texas, they can run leagues, you know, 12 months out of the year.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he has the opportunity to really take it and run with it. So it's cool seeing those things. The other big event was big tournament down in Austin. I did post a clip from that, and so it's sevens contact is what they were
Yes.
playing.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, go ahead.
No, no, no. Go.
Yeah, so I know that there is like a very specific rule book that they use for that tournament. There's leagues all over the country, and I think it's amazing what they're doing. And I sounds like the events are really big. It's a whole weekend and everything. It was the Tom Brady of women's flag football. Lacey was down there just putting on a show per usual for her. So I want to talk about that clip because I know that there was a lot of conversation out of it.
Hmm.
Um, so essentially, I don't know the two teams and anything like that, but basically, it was a deep ball to a receiver. It looked like the DB, jumped and went in the direction of the ball. The receiver kind of made a same motion in that going up. It looked like they were both looking at the ball. Unfortunately, some pretty bad contact happened out of that. The DB's elbow hit the wide receiver's face. Sounds like she's definitely, she got a long road to recovery from that. Can you explain, just kind of the rule behind that and what we're as officials were looking at with that kind of situation?
Yeah, so I think, first of all, hopefully everything works out for her. From what I saw, she got quite a few broken bones in her face, just from that collision. You hate that for anybody. We're out here trying to have a good time and play a sport that we all love and care about. You don't want anybody to get hurt. That being said, a receiver and a defensive back, they both have equal right to the ball, when the ball's in the air. Um, that being with them having equal right, they can't go through each other to get to it, but within their own confines, they have a right to the ball. Um, in doing that, you see both the defender and the receiver both looking at the ball, not looking at each other. They both go up in a reasonable. They're both making a reasonable football move. Arms are extended. They're going for the ball, and they just happen to meet at the same point. That's what we call incidental contact. I think that play is probably our most violent form of incidental contact. Unfortunately, it sucks. I saw things like a defenseless player or receiver getting tossed around. You can make an argument for a defenseless DB. Because if it's the
Yeah.
other way, that's exactly what you're going to call. But at the end of the day, it's two players going for the ball. I wouldn't have a foul called. The only format I could think of that would have a foul that would be called would be IFAF. That's just
Yeah.
because there is zero contact allowed, and that being, it being just a general format. I don't see any official calling that. It sucks. You really hate it for the player, because it is kind of a freak thing. But with both of them going for the ball like that, I don't see how you call anything there.
Yeah. Well, and I even had a conversation with one of the officials from Mexico that, is big expert on IFAF, and even she said it's not even a penalty in IFAF really because they were both going for
Okay.
the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see after the fact where the contact kind of maybe is initiated just because the DB maybe was going farther into it. If you're going to call anything, but yeah, just the more you watch it, of course, no official is watching something in slow motion during a game. They
Right.
are watching
Absolutely.
real time, and so in that situation, I just feel like the official that's watching that, they are watching both players go up into that same space, and you can't really lean one way or the other. I think you just gotta,
Hmm.
unfortunately, it's you stop the clock because there's an injury, and outside of that, you really can't call anything. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, what do I think a lot of people are asking for, like, like I said, a defenseless receiver, or unnecessary roughness, things like that. At most, maybe illegal contact, just depending on when the DB gets there. They're if the DB is there just a hair early from the receiver, making an attempt at the ball. Just because we don't have a catchable or uncatchable rule in flag, um, as far as for USA rules go. But yeah, it's an unfortunate one, man. It's the thing I keep coming back to. It's the most violent form of incidental contact that we have.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So I mean, hopefully, you know, I think it's kind of a catch-22 whenever you are presenting something on social media and saying, um, watch this in slow motion. Tell me what you think. Why is this? Shouldn't this be a penalty? Isn't this a lot of contact? Things like that. Again, no official is watching something in slow motion. They're not having the ability to watch over and over and over again and then make a call. We've talked about how flag football is not ready for instant replay yet.
Uh, it'll never be ready for instant replay, as long as I'm around.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I think it should stay in the officials' hands, and I think in that situation, so it's fun to talk about. I've tried to, just from this platform, we've tried to present plays where there's a penalty or not a penalty happening or questionable things, just as an education
Sure.
purpose, because then it gives maybe people the idea of, hey, this is what it looks like. For example, I posting a clip about a player dipping and the defender running through that player, and just kind of presenting the fact that, hey, everyone says that if you dip or you jump, you give yourself up. Nowhere in the rule book does it say that. That's just something that players
Nope.
have just kind of continued to say over and over again. It's kind of the same thing when players that play contact, anytime a flag's thrown, they're immediately the first words out of their mouth are like, "It's contact. Why wouldn't you just let us play?" Well, contact does not mean that you can just do whatever you want.
Right.
So
There's
so
still,
just kind of yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, more to your point, there's still limitations to what you can do. At the end of the day, this is still flag football. You can't
Yeah.
absolutely demolish somebody, and say, "Oh, it's contact." You still got to make a play on the flags. And I think a lot of people understand that, and a lot of people there's also a lot of people who miss that. So
Yeah. Well, and I think a couple weeks ago, when we had Mike on, him coming from the experience of the DMV, and there is a culture in the DMV where it's just kind
mhm.
of like this is how things are, you know.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And
Uh,
it kind of trickled down into the Carolinas a little bit, just because we have a really good relationship with those guys up there, as far as teams going back and forth and playing. So we definitely understand how things work. It's through that area, but you're starting to see it kind of dissipate a little bit more and more as time goes on.
yeah. Well, and I think it's just hard because you can have an expectation of how you play locally, and you go to the national level, and it's completely different.
Right.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Don't
So
happen again.
so anyway, that being said, I think that it is great to discuss. I think it's good. We've had a lot of interaction from players and officials. I hope that players are watching this though, and they are having an open mind and actually listening to what the officials are saying. There's some really top notch officials that are commenting on these videos that are
Mhm.
actually saying this is what the rule is. This is in my opinion. This is what the rule is, and I hope
Right.
players are seeing that because if all we're doing is just uh, creating more player miss, then we're not accomplishing anything.
Right. Well, you will forever have that where people just don't grasp and understand what the book itself says. Um, but the more we say it, the more we keep repeating ourselves, the more people will eventually start to understand. I
Yeah,
think so.
no, for sure, I agree. Well, that being said, Jacob, do you have any final thoughts for the night?
No, man, I think this was a fun episode. I was really glad to get Dean on. Really appreciate him hopping on with us and being just a part of the road trip for a little bit, and us all having a little bit of fun. But yeah, man, don't I don't know. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it alone tonight. Just gonna leave it alone.
Well, go ahead, spit it out, man. What were you gonna say?
Nah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, all right,
Go
fair
ahead.
enough.
Go ahead. I'm good. What you got, man? What you got for your final thoughts tonight?
I just looking forward to. I know we got a little bit, but hey, turkey bowls are going to be coming up. So I'm excited to see what's going on around the country as far as turkey bowls. That's where my when I started my organization, that's where it started. It was literally a turkey bowl, and we had 10 guys, and we played 5-on-5, two hand touch. There was a layer of snow on the ground, and we just had a blast. And from there, my organization just started having tournaments once a month. So turkey
Very
bowls
good.
are always a good tradition to continue. And so that's coming up. But December there's going to be the Bay Area tournament, Arlington Bowl. Those are all, but both exciting tournaments coming up in the near future before Tampa comes around. So that's all I got for tonight.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Whew. Excuse me. Good grief. My
Well, that
throat's
being
getting weird.
said, we are we are everywhere. We are on all platforms. Anywhere you want to listen to a podcast, we are on it. The best experience is here on YouTube. There are a lot of things that you need to see Dean do on the YouTube version of this episode. So it is important to. It's definitely this is an episode you want to watch on YouTube for sure.
Yep, for
Please,
sure.
when you go on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. That way you get alerts whenever our next episode comes out, and you can check it out from there. We are also all over social media, TikToks, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, all over the place. And we're gonna have some exciting stuff coming up in the next few months, and then ultimately we have merch as well for anybody that wants to rock Jordan's ugly mug. And that being said, that is it for us, and we're gonna get on the tugboat on the Magic School Bus and try to get back into the United States here from the Cayman Islands. So I hope everyone has a good night.
Be good, everybody. We'll see you next week.